In this slide, we're focusing on CVE 2024-38812, a heap overflow vulnerability in VMware vCenter Server. This vulnerability poses a significant security risk, potentially affecting the integrity of VMware environments. Understanding this flaw is essential for those managing vCenter Server instances, as it pertains to the underlying software architecture that could be exploited if not addressed. This is an opportunity to comprehend the ramifications of such vulnerabilities and the importance of maintaining vigilant security practices surrounding your virtual infrastructure. This slide provides an overview of the CVE 2024-38812 vulnerability. It highlights a heap overflow issue specifically within the vCenter Server's DCERPC protocol. This vulnerability is considered critical with a CVSS v3 base score of 9.8, indicating high severity. It affects VMware vCenter versions 7.0 and 8.0, as well as VMware Cloud Foundation versions 4.x and 5.x. Exploitation involves the possibility of remote code execution via specially crafted network packets. The vulnerability details were published on September 17, 2024. Understanding these aspects is essential for assessing risk and preparing appropriate mitigation strategies. In this slide, we focus on identifying who is affected by this critical vulnerability. The impacted products are VMware vCenter Server versions earlier than 7.0 U3S and 8.0 U3B, as well as VMware Cloud Foundation versions 4.x and 5.x. This vulnerability is particularly concerning for any organization utilizing VMware vSphere for virtualization, as it could significantly impact the centralized management operations of virtual environments. Understanding which products and industries are affected is key to prioritizing risk mitigation strategies. Exploiting the vulnerability within VMware vCenter Server involves several steps and conditions. For an attacker to leverage this vulnerability, they must have network access to the vCenter Server. The method involves sending specially crafted network packets to exploit a heap overflow vulnerability. If successful, this can lead to remote code execution without requiring user interaction, potentially compromising the entire virtual environment's management system. However, as of now, there has been no public disclosure of a proof-of-concept exploit for this vulnerability, which might offer some relief at present, but it underscores the necessity for vigilance and proactive security measures. Let's discuss the remediation and fixes available for addressing this vulnerability in VMware vCenter Server. To mitigate the risk of exploitation, it's advised to update VMware vCenter to versions 8.0 U3B or 7.0 U3S. Additionally, it's important to apply any necessary asynchronous patches for VMware Cloud Foundation. Unfortunately, there are no alternative workarounds, and it's strongly recommended to perform direct patching to protect your systems effectively. For detailed guidance and instructions, you'll want to refer to the official VMware Security Advisory. This resource will provide step-by-step instructions to ensure your systems remain secure and up to date. In this slide, we are focusing on a real-world scenario where a threat actor could potentially target your vCenter server. This could lead to unauthorized control over your virtual environments, which is a significant security concern. To mitigate this risk, it's essential to adopt certain best practices. First and foremost, ensure that software is always updated and patched to the latest versions. This form of proactive maintenance is one of the most effective defenses against vulnerabilities. Additionally, employ network segmentation along with firewall configurations to restrict access. This reduces the attack surface by limiting exposure to only necessary areas. Lastly, consistently monitor network traffic for any unusual patterns, as this could indicate suspicious activity and allow for early intervention. By following these best practices, you can create a more secure virtual environment, protecting your organization from potential threats. In our conclusion for this course module, the key takeaway is the importance of immediate patching to reduce the risk associated with vulnerabilities like CVE 2024-38812. Organizations are encouraged to review their security policies thoroughly to ensure they're both up-to-date and effective. It's also vital to maintain robust backup solutions as part of a comprehensive security strategy. Continuous monitoring is essential. Staying informed through security advisories, will provide ongoing insights and recommended practices to help protect your virtual environments from potential threats. This slide provides important references related to the CVE 2024-38812 vulnerability. For technical details, you can refer to the NIST National Vulnerability Database (NVD) entry, which provides comprehensive information. VMware has issued their own advisory, VMSA 2024-019, offering insights specific to their products. Arctic Wolf has analyzed the vulnerability, and their analysis can be found on their blog, which may provide useful perspectives on potential impacts. For broader context, there's an article on HelpNet Security that offers additional reading. These resources can help deepen your understanding and facilitate informed decision-making in your security strategies.